My wife asked me to go into the bedroom and if anything had changed. So I walked in there to a place that I physically could not have stood the day before. I took a picture of the room and I sent it back to her and said, "No, I don't notice anything different." That's introverted sensing running in this neurotic way for INFPs. And if you are an INFP, you've probably done something like this too. We were doing a QA session in the Evolve community and we were focusing on introverted sensing for INFPs and ENFPs and how it can be a struggle sometimes and some of the problems that come up. And in order to talk about it, we were using Decode Your Personality. This is a book by Dr. Dario Nardi. And I will just read the introverted sensing section. So we're going a little bit jargon heavy in this video. So if you know, you know. And if you don't, hopefully you will know. So introverted sensing is our tertiary function for INFPs. And what that means is we are not very certain around how to use it. We have ups and downs with it. I often say that I imagine it like Scrappy-Doo from the old Scooby-Doo show. He gets like really excited and kind of puffs up and is like, I'm going to get him, I'm going to get him. But he's this tiny little dog and can't really do too much. Like a newbie or some like rookie type character in a squad, in a crew, and they don't fully understand what they can do, what's possible, what's not possible, but they want to show off. They want to show up like the heroes. So I hope that helps. And introverted sensing is about your sensory experiences and capturing them and collecting them and ruminating over them, recalling them, reflecting over them to learn from them so that we know how things should be and what things will be like based off what happened in the past. So there are 3 different levels here. There's basic use, advanced use, and neurotic use, which neurotic use, from my understanding of his definition, is what I was just talking about that inflating, and it's kind of a strange zone of, I'm not too good at this, but I think it's important, but then other times I don't think it's important and I don't really care about it. It's just going back and forth between these lows and highs. So basic use is recall tangible data and experiences. Advanced use, stabilize a situation by comparing it to what is expected, known, and reliable. So again, you can see basic use, everybody has basic ability to use all of the cognitive functions. And even advanced use can be something that all the personality types do, but obviously it comes better or it comes more easily to certain personality types, specifically in this case, the ISTJs, ISFJs, ESTJs, ESFJs, because it's a strength of theirs. But sometimes people get into situations where they've learned that that's what they need to work on, that's what they need to do more of, and so they gain a lot of skill around that. It might not be preferred, it might not be something that they like, but they can still do it well. And then other times, like us INFPs, INTPs might think that we can do it well, but once we get in a group, in a team, in a close relationship or something like that with somebody who's really actually good at it, we see that we're not that good. As one of my best friends is an ESTJ. And he's good at this stuff. And neurotic use of it. This is where we'll spend most of our time talking about it here. Lack of action. Just endless researching, listening, etc. Easily caught in bad habits or a routine for years. So just looking at those 3 points first. That's a whole paragraph here, okay? Lack of action. A lot of times, I know personally, introverted sensing is like a comfort zone. It's where I go just to relax, to physically stockpile on energy. It's not really rejuvenating. It's just like conserving and maintaining that energy, not wanting to spend it. I'm afraid that I'm going to run out of physical energy. just endless researching, listening. So you can see this on a polarity of extroverted intuition loves more ideas, more possibilities, researching, and introverted sensing wants to collect that and to mull over it and to have this big database, this reservoir of ideas, of concepts, and specifically tangible experiences. Easily caught in bad habits or a routine for years. This was the main focus of the Q&A session. And I've noticed in my life too, I don't pay attention to when I am doing the same thing over and over again, and I look back, I'm like, wow, I've been doing this or working on this for 10 years and I actually haven't made any progress on it. Yikes. That's not a fun experience. Or I eat the same things, I drink the same things, I listen to the same music. If I do listen to music, I go the same route to the store every time. Like it's a habit of convenience. And we can get in habits of thinking, of feeling, of experiencing, and of ideating. We might be in the same loops of ideas, of day-to-day experiences, of relationships, and of how we think through, whether it's logically or like the stuck thoughts that we have and the thinking that we go through in order to solve those. Like, this is the only approach that I can take to solve this problem. So it really helps INFPs to take an assessment, to take note of where we are in our life and where we were a year ago, half a year ago, a couple of years ago, and just get a sense of like, are we actually making progress on the things that we say are important to us? Tend to ignore health, presentation, and physical environment, or settle on one thing and just repeat. I often ignore my health, physical pains. I'm sitting like this right now to alleviate some physical pains. And physical environment, ask my wife. She'll tell you all about that. Just not noticing things around me. And that's an extroverted sensing thing, but it's also an introverted sensing thing. Like, I won't notice that something has changed. I mentioned this in a video before, and some people rightly were also saying, well, that could be extroverted sensing. I saw it as introverted sensing. My bedroom downstairs, I was asked to walk into the bedroom and see if I could find some clothes or if I noticed anything different or something like that. And it was through a text message with my wife. And I walked in there and I walked to a place that I previously could not stand at because there was stuff there. Didn't even notice it, took a picture of the room, and then sent a message back to my wife saying, no, I don't see anything. Like, I could not have physically stood there before, but I didn't notice. I didn't realize that something had changed. And that is the responsibility of introverted sensing, to track what happened in the past and what's happening now and compare those to each other. Can hyperfocus on odd bodily signals, yet don't give consistent care to their actual needs. Hypochondriac is something that I've been called before, and I don't believe it. But if that's other people's experience of me, then there's probably some truth to it as well. I feel like I have a lot of physical pains from taekwondo, hyperextending my knee for like 7 years, and skating and breakdancing. I messed up my spine, like all sorts of things. And so I pay attention to some of those odd bodily signals, but other ones I don't notice until it's way too late. Strongly accept or strongly reject norms such as established tools, historical data, certified experts, social etiquette, etc. So this is part of that neurotic experience of, there are some times where we really follow, this is how things are. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. When in Japan, try to follow Japanese culture. Don't show up like your culture and expect that everybody else tries to fit to you. But then other times we're like, nah, it doesn't matter. That's a stupid rule. I'm not going to do that. So it's just this strange ping pong back and forth. Live as an anchored cloud. I love that phrase. I love it, but I don't like it at all. So I feel like I'm always in the sky, in my mind, and yet I'm not actually making progress in the way that I dreamed I could. But I'm working on it, and that's what's important. Can easily dismiss hard facts, bottom line consequences, or the material world where only the meaning/model exists. Do your taxes, follow the law, follow the rules. But then it feels like, but I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with all the bureaucracy and everything that's necessary. This was something that happened when I was applying for my permanent residency in Japan. So I've been here for 20 years, almost 21 years, and I never got permanent residency. I didn't feel the need to do it. And now they've increased the price by like 1,000-fold, and it takes 2 years instead of a couple months, and they're probably adding some tests and extra checks and things like that that I need to pass because I ignored bottom line consequences, hard facts, just like things that would help my day-to-day consistency, and also kind of just assuming that, well, things will always be like this. It'll be fine. I have all the time in the world to do it, when that's not necessarily the case. So now that you know more about how introverted sensing works for us INFPs, you might want to know about the 2 different variations of introverted sensing that Dr. Dario Nardi came up with from his neuroscience, his research, all the brain scans that he's done. You can check out that video over there.